Peggy Patch is out for the day. She's found a place where she can play. Come with Peggy and look around. Do you know the place she's found? Did you guess? Peggy's at the seaside today. We're on the promenade at the moment. The promenade's a long path with cafes and shops on the one side. And on the other, the beach. There you go, Peggy, let's get nice and comfortable. There you go, a nice view for you. Oh. It's a nice noise, isn't it, Peg? Let's try this. A bit like maracas. Not very loud. See if I can make it louder. Got a small stone. That's better, isn't it? That's the end of that. Let's see what we can find on here. There's a split one, look. Oh, look. Down there at your foot, Peggy. It's got a hole in it. Wonder how that happened. Yeah. Let's see if we can find any treasure, Peggy. Wise and loud. Wonder how far we have to go down. The further down we get, the stones are getting smaller and smaller. It's a long way down, Peggy. That's the difference, look. The big one's on the top and the little one's on the bottom. I can't find a sea peg. Oh look, here we are. They're getting wet. Must be getting near the sea now. Right. There we are. See them? Getting wet now. Let's see what else we can find. There's an old bit of driftwood there, look. Aha! A feather. Seagull feather by the looks of it. One of Peggy's seagull friends must have dropped it. Let's go and see what they're up to. The seagulls are boating with the children on the lake, and the grey ones are the babies. got in there then? Oh, different types.
Look, I've got one more hole in it.
Oh, really? What goes in the hole?
Animals holes in it.
There's crawls in it, you think?
Yeah.
And what lives in there then?
Nothing. Nothing. I don't know.
I don't know, I think it's a whelk, is it maybe? Or a...
That's a big one. That's another massive one, isn't it?
Nice, isn't it?
That's the first massive. That's someone. Look, massive of holes in it.
Oh.
This one's got two in it, and I don't know what it's called.
Could be a whelk. Could be a bit bigger than a whelk, isn't it?
What's the funny one? Person's head. No, the colour inside. The sky must be covered in. Yeah.
Well, those two go together.
These two guys.
Can you make a noise with that, a tune? See if you can make a tune.
I can make Spanish sound on you. So, Spanish.
You go find some. And see if you can find anything living in the shell.
Yeah. And some food.
Let's grab a bucket and spade there. Go. Isn't it? And it's stuck on really hard, but when the water comes in, right, they let go. What are they called? It's nice, isn't it? How many have you got in there? About 100? There's a crab. Peggy Patch has a book she wants us all to see. It's the story of a friend's day out. Whose will it be?
It's the Grog's day out today. One rainy evening, Albert Grog walked home from work. Flagton looked dirty and dull, even though it was summer. Inside the house, his daughter Sally was shouting and throwing toys over the banisters. His wife, Peggy, was dragging a crying Jimmy to bed. "We're bored," said Sally. "There's nothing to do round here," complained Jimmy. Over supper, Peggy said to Albert, "I think we need to get away from Flagton, if only for one day." "A day out," said Albert. "Yes, that sounds good." Albert thought and thought. He wanted a Grog's day out to be really special and different. Suddenly, he had an idea. He went to his favourite scrapyard and bought lots of old bicycle bits very cheaply. Then, in the backyard, with all his tools out, he set to work. A few days later, Albert proudly showed them his bicycle. He was surprised and upset when they didn't like it. "It doesn't look very comfortable," said Jimmy. What happens if it rains? Asked Peggy. There isn't room for my toes, complained Sally. It's quite a good idea, but the children and I will have to finish it off, Mrs. Grog told Albert. First, they searched all over the house for everything they needed. Then they spent hours and hours in the dining room making things. When it was finished, packed and ready to go, they allowed him to look. It's marvellous, he admitted, and smiled for the first time in a week. Peggy Grog had put in Albert's tools. He was surprised and rather cross. I know we won't need those, he said. They were off. Everybody turned and stared as they rode through the grimy streets, but soon they turned off the main road and onto country lanes. They went slowly so as to see everything. The children could rest their legs whenever they wanted. This is super, said Sally and Ginny together. They found a quiet corner by a stream for lunch, and the children went to explore. Mr. and Mrs. Grog set out the enormous picnic that had been packed in one of the special bicycle bags. When they all felt it was time to go on, they cycled off down the lane. But round the first bend, the whole road was blocked by a large hay wagon. They walked round the side and found a very unhappy farmer trying to mend his old tractor. Can I help? Albert Grog asked the farmer. Can you? Said the farmer hopefully. I'd be glad if you could. I usually manage to fix this old thing somehow, but it's beaten me this time. Albert helped the farmer mend the tractor, while the others carried on up the lane to the farm. They told the farmer's wife, and her children took them into the farmyard, and it wasn't long before they were all having a marvellous time. Suddenly, there was a deafening roar, and the tractor shot into the yard. Albert's a wonder, shouted the farmer. My tractor sounds like a new one. Come on, let's go for a test drive round the farm. They all sat on the trailer, and the farmer drove round the bumpy farm tracks at a tremendous speed. They saw fields of barley, wheat and oats, and visited the cows. Then it was back to the farmhouse for a real country tea. Eat it up now, said the farmer's wife. Mending the tractor's worth 3 teas, not just one. Feeling very full up, the Grogs got back on their bicycle. I'll give you a tow to the top of the hill, said the farmer. I'm not sure you'd make it with all that cake inside you. The Grogs rode slowly and quietly back home. Suddenly, Albert smiled. You see, he said, I knew we'd need my tools. And they all laughed, remembering what he had said about bringing his tools. They really had a marvellous day out.
Ding ding! Keep pedaling this way, Nicole. Down along the prom. Peggy's friend has a shop on the prom. He makes these animals out of glass. Peggy has a puzzle for you. What do you think you'll make this time? He's made a glass fish. Right. Body in here. There's a big stone. Right. Good. Right. The mussel. I'll use the mussel for a pincer. Just corner around like that. Another one. Right. And here we go. Finishing touch. Oh, the eyes. Cornelius the crab. Oh, it's the bus bell. It's time for Peggy to get back on the bus now. But she'll be looking for another place for a day out next week. She'll see you there. Oh, hang on. Hold the bus. What's the eyebird's word? That's right. Bustle. Bye.